here are the rocks that we're going to work with. We've got a collection of rocks actually that we've been picking out, pretty ones, but these are the ones we're starting with. So we've got a cool looking dark rock that might turn out pretty. This rock I got from my nephew Talon. He found some pretty rocks, and I've seen some white quartz, but I don't know if this is discoloured on the outside or on the inside, but we'll polish them up, see how that one turns out. This one's got some cool features to it, so I'm not sure how that's going to polish out, but we'll have a look. There's a nice little chip with some colours in it that might turn out pretty cool, or just might get dissolved, never know. I've got a big green one, or it looks like it's green, but there's all other colours through it that I'd want to have a look and see how that one's going to polish out. That'll be cool. This one's got some darker lines through it, but these are how they're all starting anyway. So the first thing we have to do is put them in here. There's little ridges inside this hard rubber tub, so doesn't matter what order you put them in. There is 32 rocks here to start with. Now you don't want to fill the container. See, it's about 2/3 full, 3/4, you know, just enough. So now we'll add some water, and that's filled, but you don't fill it all the way at the top. You fill it so the rock's only just covered, so the rocks will be able to move around inside the left space in there. But now we need step 1, which is silicon carbide 80 grit. So we'll put 4 teaspoons of this stuff in. Coarse material, which is going to rub these rocks around together. So let's see, with 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that we've got it in the tub, we put the seal on. So this sits just inside the lip. Pow! That one's on. We put this lid that goes over the top of that lip as well, and seal it really well. And if you notice, there's a little rail on the top nut that holds everything down, makes it tight. I'll show you what it's for, but he's ready to go. So that little groove just sits in that groove, and now I'll see you guys in 7 days. So day 7 of the first step. So now we take the top off, seal, take the cap off, and we see the slurry. Now this is all the ground up rocks and the material that we put in with it. So here are all our rocks. That black one is starting to get pretty smooth. Let's see, we've got Talon's one, the orange one, it's keeping orange, and it's got a lot of little, we'll have to get the toothbrush out. See, what you do is once you got them to this stage, I'll get a toothbrush and I'll clean out all the bits of grit, because you don't want the first stage grit to go into the next stage grit. So I'll give these a quick clean up. Okay, we've cleaned, well, we've given it a bit of a scrub with the toothbrush, and we're ready for stage 2. But before we get out the 240 grit of stage 2, the silicon carbide, because these have been ground down a little bit, there's going to be a little bit more room in our little bucket. So I'm going to put in some filler, and this will also add a little buffer between the rocks as well. So once we're putting some buffer, whack in our rocks, because we want to keep it about 2/3 full. A little bit more. So we've put in the filler. You can still see just the top of the rock. So we're not filling it all the way to the top. We're just going to fill it with water till we can see the rocks. And then we get our silicon carbide, our 240 grit. And same deal, 4 scoops. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will see you again in 7 days. Rinse off. Check to see if there's any cracks, and then just scrape out any of the old grit. There might be some left in some of these pits, so make sure you get all the grit out so it doesn't ruin the next stage of pre-polish. Chuck in some filler to start with. All our rocks have been cleaned. The rest of our beads as a filler. And then we add our pre-polish of silicon carbide, which is 600 grit. See you in 7 days. That's it. 4th stage finished. Time to turn it off and check how our rocks turned out. So here we have them dry. They still look wet, but they've turned out all rounded and polished. And this bad boy turned out alright. A lot more colours in him than I thought. Yeah, that's rock tumbling. 4 stages, 7 days each stage, 4 different styles of grit and polish, and the end result, pretty. Alright, well that's it, that's rock tumbling for you. 4 steps, all done, so yeah, hope you enjoyed and I'll see you guys out there.